Do you ever open up your door, look at your door sill, and think to yourself, why do I have so many scratches? Or why does it keep on getting dirty to the point where you have mud all over it if you have dogs like we do? Well, for today's first accessory video, we're actually going to be installing PPF, another kit from TESBROS, on our door sill entry. So that way we can prevent scratches for the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step process of how to install that for your Tesla Model 3. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to need our squeegee, slip and tack solution, microfiber towel. Just want to wipe down that door sill here, make sure it's all nice and clean. Then we're going to go ahead and remove the weather stripping here just from the door, just so we can tuck in the edges of the PPF later on. The PPF sheet was not labeled, but based on the instructions I was given, the long portion is going to be for the front doors, and you're going to have two pieces for the rear, so just keep that in mind. But I'm finding a good spot here on the PPF to peel. And then for the long portion, it's one easy piece. You want to go ahead and spray down the door for the slip solution, and also on your hands. That kind of helps with trying to figure it out as well. Then you want to go ahead and spray both sides of the long portion of the PPF for this portion of the door sill. Really important to kind of soak it in that slip solution, so that way it's easier to apply to the door sill here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and align it up nice and easy. I'm just kind of using my hands to kind of align it for now and kind of press it down. And then what we'll do is once it's all pressed down, I'm going to go ahead and take the squeegee and we're going to work out that slip solution here. You can also use the tack solution once you're done with this to kind of get the adhesive to self-apply to the door sill once it is done here. And we're going to go ahead and squeegee this one out. This one wasn't too bad. This is one of the easier door sills to do because it's so level and so straight. But you just want to tuck in those corners into the door sill underneath where the weather stripping is going to go once you put that back. But I did have to kind of reapply some sections here and there. Some of the sections weren't really sticking as I was hoping they would. So I did have to go over these a few times just to get them to stick, which no big deal. You get plenty of solution in the bottles just in case, but we are all done here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the front. And now we're going to go ahead and head to the rear. I'm working on the driver's side first. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that your door sill is nice and clean and get the weather stripping off of the door sill here as well. You're going to take your slip solution again, kind of soak that area. Once again, this is kind of a tight spot in the Model 3. Model Y, you might have better luck, but at least Model 3 it's a little tight. There are two pieces for the rear, so just keep that in mind. You'll have a really tiny short section, so this section here is actually going to go on the upper portion like I'm installing now. Spread that down with the slip solution again. This portion was actually really hard, I'll have to admit. So this one took me multiple times to kind of get it to stick. I'm not sure why, but the fronts are super easy and they stuck pretty well. This I kept on having to use the tack solution and slip solution combo just to get it to stick. And then it finally worked. It just took a lot of effort to get this to stick. I felt like right where it was creasing kind of upwards towards the seat, it's kind of difficult to get that to stick down. But eventually I got it. Squeegee definitely really helps. Lots of pressure also really helps to get it to stick as well. But it did take me multiple attempts to try and get this to stick. But I think the results were definitely worth it for our dogs. But just kind of keep that in mind. This area is a little difficult, but eventually it'll go down. But what's nice is the next piece is super tiny. So it's super small. It's a small little square piece. That one went on super easy, just like the front. It's shaped just like the front door sill. So that one was really easy to apply. Didn't really have too many problems with this one in particular. So just kind of keep that in mind. And don't worry if you need to pick it up and put it back on and reapply more solution, totally fine to do that. That's what I had to do in order to get it for it to stick in the rear here. But you just want to squeegee out that solution on either side. And I did have to use my fingers. I felt like more pressure on the PPF was actually better. Then I noticed it started to bubble in the back one here, so I just went ahead and went back to it. I think eventually this finally went down. But this is probably the most difficult PPF I installed on the car. Everything else is pretty easy. This just for some reason just didn't really want to stick as much as I really wanted it to. It did work in the end. I finally got it to stick. It just took multiple attempts, but no big deal. But it looks like we're wrapped up here. I did use a microfiber towel and some extra pressure to kind of help out. But yeah, like I said, if you need to go back, need to peel it open and apply more solution, go ahead and do that. Sometimes some extra pressure, maybe a little bit of heat if you have like a blow dryer or a heat gun, just an ounce of it, not too much, should get you what you need. But basically, once you are done here on the rear, you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side of the car, on the passenger side of the car. And then you just want to clean up, and then you'll put back the weather stripping after you get all the bubbles out, like I'm still trying to. And then you'll be good and you'll be all set. So then your door sills will actually be protected. So, you know, for us, it was really important to protect these from our dogs who jump in and out of the car and kind of hit this every time they jump. So really important for us to do this. I don't think I would do it again, to be honest. It was kind of difficult. The fronts I would do again. Those were really easy, but rears were kind of hard. But hey, I finally got it, which is really nice. And now we're all set. Okay guys, so that was the install for the door entry PPF for a Tesla Model 3 from TESBROS. Note to say it was a little difficult to try and get the rear, as you could see in the video. It kept on wanting to apply, so I had to reapply it a few times and it finally stuck, thankfully. But it did take a while. You basically just do the same thing on the other side and then you're all set. So hopefully whenever Harvey crawls into the car, because he can't really jump, he won't be able to scratch the door entry anymore, which is going to be super nice. So if you liked this video, please be sure to like and comment and share with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, take care, stay safe, and make every day electrifying.